Can you use the Galaxy Note 3 in 2021? Is it still worth buying, or even is it still usable in 2021? Let's find out. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Galaxy Note 3, one of that great phones that changed the smartphone industry with its much appealing specs and unique design. Released in September 2013, almost 8 years back, the Galaxy Note 3 can easily be considered as one of the best ever smartphone in the history. But that was 8 years back, and now I don't think anyone would be using for any reason, because 8 years is almost a decade and smartphone industry has evolved so much that you can get a much better device than this on a very low price. But it also cannot make this phone inferior, because once a flagship, always a flagship, if that is a true flagship, which this phone is for sure. And the price is now like around $100 or maybe less than, or even $50. And this one is the refurbished one, which looks like brand new. And honestly, it is very refreshing. And here is the box. So this came in this wooden like paper box, which is very good. And here on the back are these specs. So Samsung Galaxy Note 3, 32 GB. Life is by design, and there are some words about life, and there is the 3G connection, the CPU speed, and then the screen size, the screen resolution, the camera, the GPS, the RAM, the S Pen, and the battery, etc. And that is the box. So it was my most favorite phone, and I just loved this phone, and that was because of this display and the design. This is a fantastic display, and after so many years, this is still gorgeous, and it looks like a new 2021 phone except the bezels. It is 5.7 inches, 1080p Super AMOLED panel, and the screen quality is just superb. I mean, you are getting 1080p screens now in 2021, which this screen even might look better or the same as the new screens. And that is why this is a timeless screen. Of course, it is technically not like the new screens, which are coming with a high refresh rate and maybe more efficient. But this is for sure a good screen still. And for media, you still can use it. Like video watching is just a pleasure on this screen. But I'm not recommending it, because you may find a better option now. The design is also very modern in my opinion, because it just doesn't feel like a 2013 phone, or maybe because I got this new one which looks so good, and I have seen other phones in worse conditions. So yeah, that is due to the fact that I got this new and it looks so good. It is very lightweight, and it is completely made of plastic with this shining steel-like sideband that goes all around. It is not metal or anything like that, but there is just a shiny polish which with the passage of time gets some wear marks, and it looks so bad. So if you have used it, you probably know about that. And as you know, the other things like headphone jack on the top, and second noise cancellation mic with IR blaster for making the phone a TV remote. On the bottom, it has this ugly looking USB port with mic and distorted speaker on the side, and also the S Pen. And overall, that's an interesting design for sure. And also the back is a removable plastic cover, which is extremely durable, and you get this 3200 milliamps removable battery, which was nice for some people but not for me personally. So overall, a very good design, and it is very comfortable to hold, and it is plastic, so it is also very lightweight. Speaking of the performance, so it came in two variants, the Qualcomm variant, which this one is, and the Exynos variant. The Qualcomm variant is a quad-core processor, while the Exynos is an octa-core processor. Both have 3 gigs of RAM, but the Snapdragon is still better than the Exynos variant in terms of both speed and battery life, which is as usual. You know, the Qualcomm processors are better than the Samsung Exynos, and I think that gap is now very small, or maybe there is no significant difference between the new latest Qualcomm and Exynos chips. Anyways, so this phone got only one major software update, the Android 5, and it came with the Android 4, which was the biggest problem with almost all Samsung phones. And it was not a very fast phone, especially the UI, the TouchWiz UI, but for the performance, it was in the top list because of the faster processors. I mean, games and other heavy tasks were no problem for this phone. and still it can run almost all types of games, especially with its 3 gigs of RAM. But yeah, it is an 8 years old phone, and I think anyone having a good common sense shouldn't expect from this phone. But again, in terms of the software and performance, it is still pretty much usable. There are many apps that are not supported, but still some social media apps are supported, and also there is an option of flashing a custom ROM if someone has to keep it after all. So overall, it was a performance champ, and thumbs up for that. The camera on the Galaxy Note 3 is a 13 megapixels sensor, and it was nice, like improved over previous Samsung phones. I mean, it has improved image quality over the Galaxy S4 and much improved over the Galaxy Note 2, which I will be showing you in the next video, so stay tuned for that and make sure to subscribe. So the images are very sharp and dynamic range is good, but they are for sure over processed like always. The Qualcomm variant can shoot 4K video, but Exynos cannot, which is a fun fact. And 4K video is a normal 4K video and nothing surprising. There is enough lighting here, so image is so bright, but that's not the case every time with this camera. And yeah, there is a 2013 flagship camera. The battery life was also good on this phone, especially with the Qualcomm variant, as I said, and it got like 4 hours of screen on time, and still it is also very good, like 3 hours of screen on time. And yeah, it is a big battery, like 3200 milliamps is a big size, and the screen is also big, but the processor is not that much like draining battery. And yeah, it had a good battery life, and still it can be used in terms of the battery life. So now the question is, can you still use the Galaxy Note 3 in 2021? I would say yes, Galaxy Note 3 is still usable because it is a feature-packed phone, and I know the software is outdated, and you can flash a custom ROM which will improve your software experience as well. And the battery life is like normal, you still can use it, and the performance is like normal, it can run normal social media apps and everything like that. And I would say it is still a very good smartphone. I will not recommend it for anyone because you can get much better options, but after all, if you want to use it, like I would say it is still usable. It has a big bright screen, it has an S Pen, it has a very good design, it is very comfortable to hold. So at the end, I would say it was a very good and excellent smartphone back in 2013, and now it is still usable, and if you want to keep it, you can use it. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please be sure to subscribe and hit that like. I will see you in the next one.